Good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore, and welcome to the 10 a.m. meditation. So just breathing in deeply. And consciously using to allow your body to relax, to be in a state of rest. Anywhere that you might be holding tension, just breathe in now to that place and space and find some comfort. Knowing that each breath is a gift of life. A gift of the divine. The deeper we breathe in, the more of God, Goddess, Spirit we breathe in. And the more we can consciously choose to relax our bodies. Let's just take these few minutes to contemplate, to be restful as we listen to these words from Reverend Steph St. Armand, who wrote the March Daily Guides in the Science of Mind magazine. And after the reading, we'll allow time to rest in divine joy. And this is titled, Joy is Now. It starts with two quotes. The first one is from Jean Shinoda Bolen. When you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings you joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. And as Rev Ray says, breathe. A quote from Ernest Holmes, declare further, everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. Know this, see it, feel it, and be it. Joy is spirit showing up in my life. I look everywhere for it, and I find it everywhere I look. Joy is my breath, and the playfulness of creative spirit captures my attention with enthusiastic brilliance and the vibrancy of love. My heart is lifted and my life blessed in witnessing joy's reflection in all that is before me. I am nourished and sustained by the activities that bring me joy. I am easily guided to joyful opportunities and moments of play. Joy amazes me. I trust that even in moments of sadness and grief, joy comforts me with the fullness of its embrace. Joy is boundless. Its beginning and ending are unknown to me. The full and complete expression of joy is present for me as I am present for it. I know joy's laughter. I feel its loving presence wrap itself around my every movement. I know because I am joy. And I am all I need to be. This is the loving and reciprocal relationship of the one. I make room in my life for joy every day. I clear my mind of all distraction and allow the playful banter of love and abundance to freely roam my mind and articulate its full expression through everything I am. Even thinking of joy elevates me, which only brings about more of its good stuff. I am open to receive it, and I am open to share it with everyone around me. I declare boundless joy is my life. I know it, see it, and feel it. I am eternal joy now. Breathe that in and repeat it if you like. I declare boundless joy is in my life. I know it, see it, and feel it. I am eternal joy now.
Just breathing in deeply and bringing your awareness back into this place that you find yourself, this space, this holy, holy, sacred ground that you are on, that you are in. I'll follow with some affirmations and then a spiritual mind treatment. I rest in divine joy. I believe it is done unto me as I believe. I rest as divine joy. That which is God is divine joy. I am divine joy. The infinite, the creative process that is always and in all ways happening is divine joy. I am the master of divine joy in my life now. I allow myself to take time out to just rest. Breathing deeply into the knowing of myself as divine joy expressed. So know this with me now. That there's only one power and one presence, one creative, infinite, eternal source. I call that God. I call that Spirit. I call that Buddha. I call that Jesus. I call that Allah, Elohim, Allat. Whatever name I give it, it is the all and the one essence, the driving force and creative power and potential that created all life in its likeness and image and called it good. We are that goodness. Spirit was original breath, and we were there at the beginning. We are the original breath and the way the creative power, God, Spirit, expands. We are the divine, expansive expression of the one power that is God. And as we know that God is divine joy, we know and name and claim that for ourselves. All that God is, we are.
So we breathe into this. We breathe in and we become conscious of the wonderment, of the everyday wonderment of our life, of our joy, of our love, of giving ourselves time and place and space to just rest in this, to contemplate, to know that we are God in form, whether we are being in meditation or whether we are walking in nature, reading a book, whatever gives us pleasure and allows us to just relax and contemplate our amazing, wonderful nature. I know that God is love, and I am love. I know that God is all there is, and I name and claim that for myself and everyone here, because we are all one. We are all one in this power. I know that I am that. I am. I am life. I am. I am beauty. I am. You are power. You are. You are strength. You are. We are love. We are. Giving gratitude today for this expression of joy, of knowing that we rest in divine joy, knowing that we rest as divine joy, being so grateful for this awareness, for this conscious connection, for giving ourselves this time this morning to come together, to just rest into the beauty of who we are, into our magnificent nature that we share just by the vibration and the harmony that we are in right here and right now. And we dare to name it and to claim it, that it is all God unfolding and it is good, and we are so grateful. Moving into this season of spring, into this awakening, into this glorious union of nature showing us the brilliance of its awakening, the brilliance of our awakening as we consciously choose to connect. We connect in, we tune in, we join in, and we celebrate who and what we are. And knowing this power, we celebrate and know who everyone else is. And it is good, it is so good. So I breathe in and I trust and I surrender. I trust in this power that is the divine essence of God, that is always with me. There is no spot where God is not. I surrender into the beauty of this moment. I feel the peace of it. I feel the power of it. I feel the joy of it. So I can release this into the law, knowing and trusting that it is done unto me as I believe. And I believe the highest and the best is unfolding in my life, is unfolding in the life of this center and in the world right now. We hold that vision. We know that truth. And I can say, amen, ashe, and so it is.
of stories never told before. They stand before us like an open door. The truth is shining just like diamonds on the floor, waiting for us to knock upon the door. All the possibilities are endless. I am open. All the possibilities are endless. What are we waiting for? Time for new, the old has passed and gone. We're forever changing, just like a song. This book of life changes as we turn the pages. It's up to us to write where we belong. All the possibilities are endless. I am open. All the possibilities are endless. What are we waiting for? I'm open. I'm open to all life's possibilities. Thank you, God, for what you're giving me. I'm open. I'm open to this life. All the possibilities. I am open. Lord, I am open for the possibilities. What are we waiting for? Tell me, what are we waiting for? Oh, tell me, what are we waiting for? Oh, I am open for the possibilities. What are we waiting for? Oh, the possibilities. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
All right. All right, all right, all right. God morning, all. We gonna get through this. Okay. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's virtual service. I am Tracy Rhymes, your host. Our speaker today is our spiritual director, Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson. Our musician is Felicia Taylor. Serving as today's practitioner who led the pre-service meditation is Sue Monaghan. Assisting with making this service open, inviting, and accessible to the deaf community are our sign language interpreters, Sonya, Chavis, and Theodore, Logan. On behalf of Reverend Dr. Ray, thank you for your service. At CSLGB, every Sunday is an invite a friend or family member Sunday. Make sure you spread the love and invite someone to service. We would love to have them hang out with us. Sue Monaghan has been part of this teaching since 2004. She has been a practitioner since 2013. Sue believes that we are the point of power in our lives, that our essence is spiritual, and it is good. It is her desire to let Spirit reveal this wonderful truth through her. Sue is committed to CSLGB's vision that we are demonstrating a world that works for all. One life-affirming thought, word, feeling, deed, and one human interaction at a time. We all make a difference in other people's lives. May our light shine for all to see.
Good morning, CSL Greater Baltimore. Thank you, Tracy. So just feeling so open to possibilities. We breathe in and know the truth of our being. Know that there is one essence and that is goodness and that is God. That is who and what we are. And today we've been given a divine invitation to come together, to know and to celebrate ourselves and each other and community. And it feels good and it feels rich and it feels powerful. I'm so grateful to be open to the possibilities, to know that the talk is perfect, and to know the music is just divinely guided. What a magnificent spiritual voice. I'm so grateful for our host, Tracy Rhymes, for our interpreters, Sonya and Theodore, for our speaker, Reverend Raymont, and the music of Felicia Taylor. Oh, how that opens us up. I am so grateful. So as the end of the song says, what are we waiting for? And so it is.
The Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Baltimore's community, honors the world's religions. One tree, many branches. One mountain, many paths. One world, many religions and spiritual traditions. With the lighting of these candles on the first Sunday of each month, we not only honor each person on their select path, but we also bless them and recognize the light, the love, and the life-affirming nature of Spirit as it shows itself in each path. in each practice, and in each person.
Technology loves to mess with Tracy. However, this service will continue. And so it is. All right. So, in honor of Women's History Month, we recognize Shirley Chisholm. Born November 30th, 1924, in a predominantly Black neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. Whew. After graduating from Brooklyn College in 1946, she began her career as a teacher and went on to earn a master's degree in elementary education from Columbia University. Chisholm served as director of the Hamilton-Madison Child Care Center from 1953 to 1959. And as an educational consultant from New York City's Bureau of Child Welfare from 1959 to 1964. In 1968, she made history by becoming the U.S.'s first African American Congresswoman, beginning the first of 7 terms in the House of Representatives. Ms. Chisholm became one of the founding members of the Congressional Black Caucus in 1969 and championed minority education and employment opportunities throughout her tenure in Congress. She went on to make history again, becoming the first African American and the second woman to make a bid for the United States presidency with a major party when she ran for the Democratic nomination in 1972. In announcing her bid, she said, "I am not the candidate of Black America, although I am Black and proud. I am not the candidate of the women's movement of this country, although I am a woman, and I am equally proud of that. I am the candidate of the people, and my presence before you now symbolizes a new era in American political history." And you can read more and learn more at biography.com. So now it is time for announcements. On the first and third Monday nights, the Sacred Contracts Book Club, hosted by Nancy Rosenberg. The Thursday night study group, facilitated by practitioner Sue Monaghan. And the Science of Mind study group, facilitated by Reverend Dr. Ray, returns in April. Sign up for the CSLGB newsletter, the CSLGB Facebook and Instagram pages. Visit cslgreaterbaltimore.org and get more news and information, including what Reverend Dr. Ray is teaching in the larger CSL community. Blessing bags were distributed in February 6th during the Baltimore ceasefire. We are still accepting monetary donations to offset the cost and to save for future distributions. To give, Visit the website and note that your donation is for blessing bags. Courageous conversations. The next C7 committee committed to creating cultural change through courageous conversations meeting is on April 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For more information, email Reverend Ray. CSLGB fundraising. If you have fundraising ideas and want to share or be on the fundraising committee, email Rainica Purametla. Here at CSLGB, every Sunday is a great day to choose this as your spiritual community, your spiritual family. The first step is to take the discovery class, which is offered online and can be taken at any time. Visit the website to learn more and enroll in the discovery class. To receive a daily text and voicemail from Reverend Dr. Ray, type JOIN to 833-663-9021 to begin receiving your daily inspiration. You will be glad you did. Prayer works. That's right. We, as a community, continue to treat and move our feet, knowing the truth for everyone around the planet. Prayer requests can be sent at any time via email to info@cslgreaterbaltimore.org. Felicia Taylor is a singer, songwriter, and producer. She has released 2 singles with a third on the way in early December. Her music can be found on Spotify and all other streaming platforms under Felicia Taylor, or you can connect to Felicia on her website, FeliciaTaylormusic.com, FeliciaTaylor.hearnow.com, or on Facebook. I give you Felicia Taylor.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to be doing a little Alicia Keys for you today. I hope that you enjoy.
We're lost and lonely people, and we're looking for a reason, and it's alright. So let's celebrate the dreamers. We embrace the space between us, cause it's alright. We're all in this boat together, and we're sailing toward the future, and it's alright. We can make the whole thing better. We're the authors of forever, and it's alright. We are born on our own and won't die on our own. And we're here to make meaning of what happens in between. We can hate, we can love, we can doubt, we can trust. But we're here to make meaning for as long as we're breathing. And it's alright. Wherever you are, it's alright. Wherever you are, it's alright. If you find love, it feels like the first time. God only knows it won't be the last time. If you find love, then it feels like the first time. God only where there's light, there must be a shadow. Cloudy skies and rain make a rainbow. We are builders, we are breakers, we are givers, we are takers, and it's alright. We are 7 million stories, we embrace the faith and glory, and it's alright. Alright. We're born on our own, and we'll die on our own, and we're here to make meaning of what happens in between. We can hate, we can love, we can doubt, we can trust, but we're here to make meaning for as long as we're breathing, and it's alright. Wherever you are, it's alright. Wherever you are, it's alright. Wherever you are, it's alright. It's alright. If you find love, you feel it the first time. God only knows it will be the last time. If you fall in love and it feels it the first time, God only knows.
Thank you, Felicia. All right. Well, we will proceed on. Okay. So, next. Now, Sue will come and lead us in a spiritual practice.
Good morning. This morning's spiritual practice is a poem from Chavis, who's a Sufi poet who lived in the 1300s. So, just invite you to breathe in to this place in this space that you are. Just getting quiet. Listening to these words, taking them in. The poem is entitled Created for Joy. I sometimes forget that I was created for joy. My mind is too busy. My heart is too heavy. My heart is too heavy for me to remember that I have been called to dance. I have been called to dance the sacred dance of life. I was created to smile, to love, to be lifted up and to lift up others. Oh, Sacred One, untangle my feet from all that ensnares. Free my soul that we might dance, and that our dancing might be contagious. Yes, we were created for joy. We are the divine expression of God as it shows up as each one of us individually. We are pieces of the pie, perfectly incarnating expressions, each one of us holy, sacred, perfect, and complete, created for joy, declaring that we are divine joy, that we rest as divine joy. We name and claim this for ourselves, recognizing and understanding the truth of our being and of all of life, life created as divine joy. This is what we bring. This is what we share. This is who we are. Giving gratitude for these moments, giving gratitude for any moment of consciousness, to choose the divine truth, to recognize Spirit in, as, and through us, because it is us. We are always in the flow. We are never separated. We are the divine joy of the infinite, creative power and presence that is God, Goddess, goodness. It is us. We are it. It is good. I am so grateful for this. I'm so grateful to breathe this in and to be here now, present in this moment, open to receive, hearts wide open, with an expectation of joy and love and laughter. It is all God. It is us. It is good. And so it is.
All right. I will show up soon. And so it is. Thank you, Sue. All right, all right, all right. Now, that time of the hour. Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson is an ordained Centers for Spiritual Living minister serving the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Baltimore community as our spiritual director. He has frequently been referred to as a Renaissance man and visionary New Thought leader. As a lifelong learner with a passion for self-development, personal transformation, transmutation, and transfiguration, he lives his bliss as a teacher, minister, author, visual artist, ASL performing artist, mentor, father, grandfather, and more, by giving people applicable tools and practices that enable them to live a more fulfilled life, recognizing, realizing, and materializing their full divine potential. His mission is to live, move, and be an active member of society who serves to educate, elucidate, and emancipate people and communities to awaken and empower themselves. ACTIVE is an acronym that stands for authentic, compassionate, transparent, inspired, vibrant, and empowered. I give you Reverend Dr. Ray.
Sonya and Theo were like, when's he gonna show up? Good morning, everyone, and happy spring. So today, be prepared. Have a notebook and a pen in hand or whatnot, because Sue and Felicia have set the tone for this idea of shifting our consciousness and being in joy. And I don't mean just finding things to enjoy. I mean seriously being immersed in it in the same way that right now you are immersed in the very air that surrounds and touches our skin, the air that we breathe, being immersed in joy. And to that end, today's title is I'll Rest When I'm Dead. What? Say what now? So let's start like right off the bat, and we're changing the title. I'll rest when I want to and need to, period. We're going to just start right off with the whole idea of self-care. I'll rest when I want to and when I need to. How many times have we fallen into the temptation to glorify overwork, busyness, trauma? For example, and this isn't on the slide, but I feel the need to segue into this because our beautiful Karen today shared on her Facebook page this idea of glorifying trauma. You know, God only gives you what you can handle, or this idea of if it doesn't break you, then it makes you stronger. Like that whole, what? No, full stop, no. We are no longer going to glorify this need to overwork, to be busy to the degree that we are exhausting ourselves and needing to have trauma to make us, quote unquote, stronger. One of the great wonders of this life is the sweet sense of joy and peace that comes with real, note that, with real extended rest. Within rest, we interact with the quiet play of spirit and add depth and substance to our spiritual practice. As we let go of this siren's call to constant motion, to always be doing, to check off the to-do list, to do, and to overwork, we open the door to the mystical. So let's start off, I have a question. When did rest become a bad word? When did the idea of taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, when did that concept become something to avoid? Well, in order to answer that question, we need to, Mr. Peabody, we need to get into the Wayback Machine and go all the way back to the Puritans and this idea of keeping your nose to the grindstone. The what? We don't even have grindstones in our, anyhow. To do what? Say what now? What does this even mean? To do hard, continuous work. You'll do well at school if you just keep your nose to the grindstone. Wait, I don't want to work harder. I'd rather work more effectively. As people will, tend to say, I would rather work smarter than harder. But let's dig into this, because the Judeo-Christian Bible, in telling us the story of Adam and Eve, God curses them and says, from this point, after being kicked out of the garden, you must toil. You must work hard, and your heel will like bruised and yeah. punishment. And so we've adopted this idea because, keep in mind, the Puritans were deeply steeped in that consciousness of the Bible, that they said, well, God cursed Adam and Eve to have to work by the sweat of their brow. It was a punishment. And so, in order for us to be godly, divine, saved, we must also continue to work hard. Therefore, we adopted the whole idea of the Protestant work ethic. And that work ethic continues today. Be hardworking, be punctual, be a perfectionist, be a self-starter, a do-it-yourselfer. Be competitive, because there is not enough to go around. Dog eat dog. Who stole my cheese? When are we going to have enough? By recognizing that we are enough. We need not work hard. Even if you are training for the triathlon, even if you are training to be, the next, I don't know, astronaut in space, I don't know, there's no need to work hard. You simply do what is yours to do. If that's, okay, I want to be in a martial art movie and I need to do, martial arts. Okay, well, do your 1,000 kicks. Don't do them hard, just do them. But no, you don't have to work hard. You simply do the practice. See, I'm gonna use Felicia for a moment in my example. You do not get to be the type of musical artist who is able to express from her soul what she is giving us as a gift by working hard. See, working hard makes you a great technician of a craft, doesn't make you an artist. Breathe. As Sue reminded you that I often say, just breathe. And there's nothing wrong with being an amazing technician, but we are not in this life to be technicians of spirit, of love. We are here to be in joy. We are here to play. That means we must come from the level of soul, not work hard. Breathe. Ernest Holmes reminds us, spiritual experience comes in the stillness of the soul. When the outer voice is quiet, it is a quickening of the inner being to an eternal reality. So being still, quieting all of that chatter that goes on in the mind that says, I have to work hard, I have to be on time, I have to do it before, the early bird gets the worm. I have to do a little sleep, because if I sleep too long, then someone else, Sonya will get up and she'll get the interpreting job that I wanted. So I have to get up an hour before Sonya to make sure she doesn't get the job that I want. And I'm not sleeping very well, so I'm not going to do very good at the interpreting job. So I'm going to get fired. And you follow that mathematical equation. We live more authentically in an empowered way and audaciously when we are taking care of ourselves. All of that stuff, that outer voice of, you have to work hard, keep your nose to the grind, like all that stuff. No, silence that. Silence that. God only gives you what you are strong enough to handle. No, silence that. Quiet that nonsensical voice that tries to convince you that you have to play by their rules and their guidelines rather than the guidelines of spirit, the guidelines of freedom, the guidelines of joy. As it says in the Desiderata, go placidly among the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. Simply be still and breathe. Ernest Holmes reminds us that the silence means a contemplation in the quiet of the mind when the objective tumult is temporarily stilled and we rise in our consciousness to the place of pure causation, which is spirit. This is why it says in the Bible, to be in the world, the objective tumult, but not of the world, the place of pure causation, which is spirit. So we live, move, and have our beingness among this stuff. But that doesn't mean we have to adopt it. It doesn't mean we have to take it and make it a part of our very cellular structure. No. Quite the opposite. We are invited, we are called. It is our spiritual imperative to rise in our consciousness to the place of pure causation. Reminds me of that Willy Wonka song. Yeah, okay. To a place of pure imagination, living there you'll be free if you truly choose to be. It's the exact same thing. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Isn't that what Sue said in the opening pre-service meditation? Look around. See it. See joy. See it. Be it. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Look around from that place of pure causation and craft and create the world of your own design, a world that works for all, which means being steeped in the very consciousness of joy. Sue said, we are created for joy. We're created for it. Why? Because we are created by the very power and presence that is joy itself. So we are created by joy, as joy, for the purpose of joy. Breathe. So that means anything that is showing up contrary to that, then it is our invitation in our work to transform, transmute, transcend, whatever it is, so that we are living the life that we truly are meant to live. And part of this is recognizing you do not need to have the right and perfect conditions to quiet the mind. You don't need the right and perfect location and incense and the right and perfect candles, so I can meditate. I have to have everything, for my chakras to be aligned. I have to have a vanilla candle. It has to be in the northwest corner of the house. I have to have sage incense from this one store in New York. It has to be 5 minutes past noon. Say what now? No. God is all there is, and therefore it is right where you are. The wholeness, perfection, and completeness of spirit must also be right where you are. Therefore, right where you are is already the perfect space to practice. Right where you are, going through whatever it is you are experiencing, is the right and perfect space to practice. What do I need to do for me? How do I take care of me? Right where you are. Traffic, right where you are. Walking down a dark street by yourself at 3 o'clock in the morning and you feel fear. Right where you are. What are you being called to or invited to do? Find a different street. Get on the phone so you have someone on the phone with you while you are walking to ensure your safety. Whatever it is, right where you are, God must also be. So right here, right now is my opportunity to practice. Breathe. Breathe again. So Ernest Holmes says, to enter the silence is to quiet our minds and to enter that place of non-movement, to be still and to know that I am God is to enter the sanctuary of one's own consciousness. So to go to that place within one's own consciousness, to go within, recognizing that really there is no within to go, but for the sake of our conversation, linguistic convenience, go within. We are reminded in Matthew, seek first the kingdom of God, and this is the language they're using, and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Okay, seek first the kingdom of God. But then Matthew also says, and this is a remix, but as for you, when you pray, go into your inner room, close the door, and pray, declare, and spirit, knowing what is done in the one mind, must respond accordingly. Go within. When you pray, go within. Close the door. All of that outer confusion, close the door and be present in that space, the pure consciousness of creation. But we also say first, and then in Luke, behold, the kingdom of God is within. Right? So the kingdom of God is within, go within, pray within. And as we say in CSL, Ernest Holmes gave us the we believe statements. We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. We experience joy to the degree that we become conscious of it. We experience love to the degree that we become conscious of it. We experience God as our very being to the degree that we become conscious of it. And we increase our consciousness of it by turning the volume down regarding all of the others. You're not good enough, volume down. You have to do, volume down. Turn all of that external noise that tries to trick us into and force us into and brainwash us into being in the world and of the world. No, we need not play that game. Brene Brown reminds us that it takes courage. Breathe. It takes courage to say yes to rest and say yes to play in a culture and society where exhaustion is seen as a status symbol. There was a recent social media where one of the Kardashians made a comment about what Black women need to do, or what women need to do in order to, succeed in the world. And one of the things she said was, stop being lazy and get up off and work. Say what now? And needless to say, there was a barrage of responses because, once again, speaking from a place of privilege, she has a different perspective on what it means to work. But she's doing this very thing by saying exhaustion. Are you tired? Then you're not working hard enough. Work harder. Exhaustion has become a status symbol in our culture and our society. Is that the status symbol you want to live by? Or is your status symbol, I rest when I want to and need to. I play when I want to and need to. I live in joy. I live in play. I live in spirit. Why not make that your status symbol? Why not invest in rest? Invest in play. Invest in your divine right to be. Why not? Why not tithe into your own life rest, joy, love, playtime? breathe. Thich Nhat Hanh says it is very important that we relearn the art of resting and relaxing. Not only does it prevent the onset of many illnesses that develop through chronic tension and worrying. Did you hear that part? Not only does it prevent the onset of many illnesses that develop through chronic tension and worry, it allows us to clear our minds, to focus, and to find creative solutions to problems. Resting and relaxing allows us to clear our minds, allows us to focus, and to find creative solutions to problems. So why would we not want to rest and relax? Why would we not want to engage in all 7 of these types of rest? Why would we not? And just so you know, as always, if you ever want the slides, just email Tracy and/or I, and we'll make sure you get the slides so that you can, for example, on this slide, go to the link and read up on what does it mean to have creative rest or social rest, emotional rest. How do I rest my emotions? I mean, I know I can take a nap for my body because I'm sleepy, but how do I rest mentally? Right? So just know that there are various ways to invest in your rest, to be your best. Thich Nhat Hanh also says, we humans have lost the wisdom of genuinely resting and relaxing. We worry too much. We don't allow our bodies to heal. And we don't allow our minds and hearts to heal. Now, as much as I love him, we haven't lost the wisdom. We have misplaced it and replaced it with worry. So it's not lost. We're just using our mental capacities and our spiritual powers to, rather than invest in rest and relaxing, we invest in worry. We invest in stress. So if we want rest, relaxation, then our invitation is to come back and, rather than misplace, let's place our attention and intention back into resting, relaxing, playing, self-care. Why do we need to die in order to rest in peace? Why can't I rest in peace, rest in peacefulness right now? Like, for real. We make it sound like, well, now that Ray is dead, rest in peace, brother. No. You will not tell me rest in peace after I have transitioned out of this body. I'm going to rest in peace now. I'm going to rest in joy now. I'm going to rest in... Breathe, Ray, breathe. Sue said breathe. So let me breathe. When we say to rest in something, it means to reside in someone or something. The power to shape government rests in the public. Their strength rests in their sheer numbers, right? It rests in it. It resides in it. It is deeply placed in it, grounded in it. So I am deeply residing in the consciousness of rest and restfulness and peace and joy. I need not wait until I am dead to rest in peace, to reside in peacefulness, to reside in joy, to rise in love. No. Whatever I'm going to experience on the other side of life, after life, I can experience on this side of life. And so I choose right here and right now to rest in joy, to rest in love, to rest in play. Yesterday, sidebar, before we get to our weekly assignment, I watched a documentary about the creation of Sesame Street, and oh my, did it bring back such memories. Like it made me laugh. It made me cry. And at one point, Tracy came downstairs because my foot swelled up again and started bleeding. So she came downstairs to bring me some coffee and, so I would stay off my foot. And as the documentary was going off, Ernie was trying to learn how to play the saxophone, but he was holding his rubber ducky. So there was a song, you got to lay the ducky down. You got to put the ducky down. Like if you want to play the saxophone, you have to put the duck down. If you want to live in joy, you have to put the stress down. If you want to rest in peace and rise in love, you have to put down the consciousness of the mass that says, work until your fingers bleed. Work until you are exhausted. You must put a 72-hour work day into a 24-hour work day. Work until, because if you don't do it, someone else will beat you to it. You have to lay that down and focus on the thing you are choosing to do. Ernie, saxophone. Each one of us, spirit. Play. Let spirit play as you. Let spirit love as you. Let spirit be in joy as you. Breathe. And needless to say, when they sang the song, I burst into tears, cracking up for, I don't know, Tracy, what, like 10, 15 minutes. I just laughed uncontrollably. It was the most magical thing in such a long time. So this week, what do you do or could you do for more rest and relaxation? What could you do to bring more rest and more relaxation into your life? And keep in mind, sometimes we force the relaxation. We go on vacation to get away from, but vacation is almost as stressful because, well, I've got to get to the Parthenon, and then I've got to get to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and then we can't wait to get back home to get the heck away from that vacation because we're tired. I thought you went on vacation to get a rest. You came back from vacation to get a rest from vacation? I don't understand the concept. What can you do for more physical rest and relaxation, emotional rest and relaxation, etc.? In what areas do you tend to push yourself unnecessarily so? Like we tend to have certain areas where we're harder on ourselves. What are those areas for you? Do you push yourself unnecessarily when it comes to, I should be able to meditate. I should be able to do this technology thing. I should be able. And you push yourself rather than ease and grace. Pump the brakes, breathe. In what areas, maybe family, maybe work, do you push yourself unnecessarily so when it comes to finances? I have to get every red cent. I have to get every dollar. And then lastly, have a conversation with two people about how you effectively handle or ineffectively handle various stressors in your life, anxiety in your life, worry in your life. Maybe it's doaholism. You're addicted to doing. Maybe it's that. How do you handle effectively, or how do you ineffectively handle any of these things? Breathe. This week's declaration that we will say together: I rest in divine joy, but I'm going to change it. Sue, is it all right if I change this? She's nodding her head. Got to make it an acronym. I rest in divine joy. Stop laughing, Tracy. I renew in divine joy. I expand in divine joy. I strut in divine joy, and I triumph in divine joy. Together, let us, if you are standing in alignment with this, resonating with this, then together we will declare. I will say it first, and then together. I rest in divine joy. Together. I rest in divine joy. Ooh, one more time. I rest in divine joy. Yes, yes, say yes, 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 yes. Yes to spirit, yes to joy, yes to love, yes to this amazing, powerful individual who rests in divine joy, sings in divine joy, lives, moves, and has her beingness as divine joy. Put your hands together and open your hearts once again for our beloved and magnificent Felicia Taylor.
Thank you, Reverend Ray. So I chose this song because every time I hear it, it brings me joy, and I was hoping that everybody listening that's here, that you get up and dance at home, make a fool of yourself, live in the joy of today, because joy is so much. And I'm hoping that you do get up and dance, because I know I'm going to be. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon, I could go to space with the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come man who's talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, okay done. Bring me down, my love is too high. Bring me down, okay done. Bring me down, my love is too high. Break me down, ain't none. Break me down, my love is too high. Break me down, okay done. Break me down, because you know I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Break me down, okay done. Break me down, my love is too high. Break me down, okay done. Break me down, because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap
Come on, Felicia. Come on. Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Woo. Yes, 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 yes. Did I say yes? Woo, my love is too high. Woo. Woo, can't nothing break me down. Can't nothing bring me down. My love is too woo. Yeah. See, y'all better be glad I'm still one foot in it right now. I was dancing in my woo. Breathe. Thank you ever so much, Felicia. Yes, beautiful. Oh man, my love is too high. Can't nothing bring me down. Happiness is the truth. Being in joy is the truth. Whoo, ha. So we breathe gratitude, we breathe joy, love, because what did Felicia just say? Your love is too high. Your love, that which love is too high for anything to truly bring you down. Breathe. So at this part of service, we acknowledge and recognize the spiritual practice of tithing, donating, offering, and giving as we build the beloved community of what CSL Greater Baltimore represents, what it can represent, what it will represent for the next 350 years. We are anchoring and grounding into the very foundation of what this community is right now, what it is, and what it is becoming, and what it will continue to become as it remains open at the top. Breathe. Tracy always reminds us that we tithe one in order to acknowledge and recognize that this is a business. So we are paying to keep the lights on, paying for the mortgage, etc. But you are also practicing the spiritual principle of tithing, donating, offering, sowing seeds where you feel spiritually fed so that the work of your beloved community can continue to do the work that it does. For example, going back to the blessing bags that Tracy mentioned, giving these bags to various people in the Baltimore City area who needed socks or gloves or scarves or toiletries, being able to provide that for them. That's the work. That's also the work of what it means to be a beloved community. It's not just about the people who attend service. It's about the community, the entire community. And ultimately, how do we how do we show up as a beneficial presence in the world? Breathe. So if you are new, you may not know that the practitioner core of CSL Greater Baltimore, on top of their regularly scheduled tithes, have pledged $50,000 by the end of the year. And as of the 28th of February, that amount is $6,075. The community's matching pledge, while showing nothing on the slide right now, once again, sometimes it takes time for mail to catch up at the post office box and then to reach Sue, etc. So just because you don't see numbers here don't mean that the community also have not pledged into this $50,000 matching pledge, which is on top of the community's regularly scheduled tithes. Just know that. Now, again, if you are new or if you want a reminder, how do I tithe, Reverend Ray? How do I give? You have 4 options: PayPal, Givelify, text messaging, or the postal mail service. If you ever have questions on any of these, you can contact our treasurer, Sue Monaghan, the amazing practitioner on duty today, and she will explain the process for you. If you want information just in general about other ways that you may be able to divide your tithe, maybe 25% to education, 75% to emergency care, or 50% to the new building fund, and 50%, if you ever want information on, well, how can I, feel free to reach out to myself or any of the board of trustees as well, including that amazing practitioner that I mentioned a second ago, Sue Monaghan, who is also our current board treasurer. You can also go to our website, cslgreaterbaltimore.com/give for more information. Here at CSL Greater Baltimore, when we declare this declaration of financial wealth and abundance, we are also declaring the wealth and abundance for our entire being. Physical health, wealth, and abundance. emotional health, wealth, and abundance, intellectual and emotional and relational prosperity, wealth, and abundance. So just know that this is covering all of it, even though right here and right now during service, it is a declaration of financial wealth and abundance. And if you feel in alignment with declaring this with me, then let us say together, I joyfully, consciously, and gratefully participate in the law of circulation. I trust in the spiritual principle that says, as I sow into my beloved community, I demonstrate my awareness of standing, not only in the flow, but as the flow itself. As I sow of myself, my time, my treasure, my talent, I demonstrate my support and engagement in my community's vision, mission, and purpose. I actively give as a demonstration of manifesting, of reaping the harvest of a world that works for all. And so it is. Tracy says, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for choosing us to celebrate today. We love and we enjoy. Okay, I'm stop because I know Tracy upstairs shaking her head right now, and Sonya's like, Ray, stop it, stop it. Love you, Sonya. But thank you for choosing CSL Greater Baltimore today. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for choosing to enjoy and rest in joy in your own life, because you are awesome. You are the very divine incarnation of spirit itself. And how good it is. Did you know that today after service, you can join in the Zoom room for prayer with Sue Monaghan? You can. So once we're done here, go to the Zoom room. If you're not sure where that is, go back to the CSL Greater Baltimore webpage. And in the links, you'll see it on the first page. Just go down and you'll see fellowship after service, Zoom. Join us there. If you want prayer with Sue, where she can enjoy yourself to the fullest magnificence of your being, yes, then type the word prayer in the chat box and Tracy will know to put you in a breakout room with Sue. And if you by chance feel like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm in a good space. You do know you can also get prayer for that good space to be a great space, to get to the space of, I'm great. I'm just saying, just know that today is also board meeting Sunday. And because we are a transparent board, meaning board meetings are open to the public, if you're curious to know what we're doing, how things are going, how things with the building search are going, etc., feel free to join us for the board meeting as well. And just either type the word board meeting in the chat or just stay in the board or stay in the room once our interim president begins the meeting. Or you could, or it says enter both. You could type both if you're doing prayer and the board meeting. That way we know. Cool. Thank you so much. So let us ground and anchor in this very awareness of joy itself. Joyful, joyful. I adore me. Say that for yourself. I adore me. I adore me. Joyful, joyful. I adore myself. Because that which God is living, moving, and having its beingness as me. I am created from joy, by joy, for joy. My very beingness is joyfulness and expression. And so this service concludes, but this joy that each and every person is continues to ripple out throughout all of creation. Joyful, joyful. Love, power, and presence, and gratitude. Knowing that the law says yes to all of this, all of the laughter, all of the love, all of the dancing, all of the happiness is the truth, and my love is too high. Spirit says yes. The law says yes. And because it says yes, that is, in fact, the truth, the whole truth, and only that which is true about each of our lives right here and right now. Breathe, allowing that to be the truth, the whole truth, and only the truth. Breathe, and then living, moving, and having our beingness as that truth. That is what is so. And so it is. Namaste, blessings, much love to you all. See you soon in the Zoom room.